What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, I want to talk to you guys about Gray Zone Warfare and their new update that they just released today that shows off their story and lore for the game, as well as some new information on the traders and the quests that you'll find inside the Gray Zone. As far as I know, they're still looking for a Q1 early access release. I have a strong feeling that this is going to be delayed, but it'd be a welcome surprise if it did launch in early 2024. So Gray Zone Warfare is going pretty deep with their story. They've combined forces with Sean McFate, who is a military expert, strategic analyst, and author who has been a large inspiration for the story and the world lore behind the Gray Zone. So the game is set on the island of Lemang, which is a former British colony that was ravaged by a brutal 20-year civil war. After a few more decades and a cataclysmic event, PMC groups have been sent to the island to uncover its mysteries and extract whatever valuable resources they can find. As a member of one of these three companies, you will have to make a choice. Either stick to the given orders and earn your pay, or dig deeper to unravel the truth behind the scenes. Whatever path you choose, they say the journey's not going to be easy. So in the game, you choose to be a part of one of three factions, and as of right now, they have varying backstories and starting positions on the map. And so far for early access, those are the only differences between them. The gear that you can earn, characters that you can interact with, and quests are all the same as of right now, and most likely will be going into early access, with minor adjustments here and there. In the future, though, they plan to make PMCs more distinct from each other with specific characters and quest lines for each one. For the quests, they're working with a military advisor to create quests that prioritize realism and logic. No mundane item hunts or set events. Outcomes vary based on your choices and reactions to unexpected challenges. Branching decisions affect your reputation with the characters and unlock new possibilities, weapons, and gear. More than 150 quests await you in early access, with obviously ongoing additions to the game. And although Gray Zone Warfare isn't a strictly narrative-driven experience, there is a story that you can engage with if you wish to do so. Even if you don't want to complete the quests, you can still progress through the game, albeit less effectively, and they aim to avoid pressuring players into any particular actions. So if you just want to jump in and shoot shit, you can, but if you want to go through the story, do the quests, and do all of that, it'll be a much faster way to progress. And they say apart from mission briefings and debriefings, they're focusing on environmental storytelling and optional intel items, so things like notes, books, newspapers that you can find among the world and uncover more about Lemang's past and the situation they currently find themselves in. Speaking of characters, the devs have unveiled the cast of characters, or the traders, that you will be running into and engaging with. The first one is Anton Jackson, who is called Gunny. He's a retired US Marine Corps gunnery sergeant, so he's the military guy on the island, and as you can see from this little screenshot here, he gives rewards like backpacks and vests and more military gear. You have Laya Huang, who I know I butchered that name. She's called your artisan. She has worked at her father's workshop since she was a little girl. That was so hard to say. Learning all there is to know about machines and how they work. And then you have James Miller, who is called Banshee, and it says Banshee operates under a simple yet effective principle. Anyone with the means to pay is a potential collaborator. And from the looks of this screenshot here, it looks like he gives you guns potentially for rewards, and I'm not sure if all of them give all of these different things, and this is just the screenshot that they gave. But as of right now, we have 3 traders in the game. A little less than I was expecting, but I guess for testing purposes and to make sure all of these systems work, 3 is okay. And just to go off script, give you guys my final thoughts, this is pretty cool that they're actually investing in a decent storyline and working with, you know, military advisors and strategists to set up something that feels realistic and feels kind of lore specific. The world building in this game is something that not a lot of extraction shooters think about. They always try to nail the gameplay first, and granted, we still haven't really seen a lot of gameplay here. I'm hoping that in the new year, we start to see some actual like raw, uncut gameplay so that we can see just how this game functions from point A to point B to extract and done. Truth is, guys, a lot of people have been burned by the day before recently, and they're looking for any reason to discredit indie developers. I'm seeing people calling games like Beautiful Light and Pioneer and even Gray Zone Warfare a scam. So I'm hoping that we see some gameplay here soon, and I mean like raw, uncut, unscripted. What happens when you're in the game for the first time? I'm hoping that in the new year we can see something like this. This lore stuff is great, and I know that people on their Discord voted to see more of it. That's great. I want to see gameplay. Right now, every trailer is a lot of cut up sequences that look great in small snippets, but what happens when you're actually inside the game? I was on a call with the devs a couple of weeks ago, and they were like in game, running around, shooting. Like, it's a real game. I can say that right now. If you were sitting here thinking it's a day before situation where what they're showing isn't real, no, it is real. It does exist. But we didn't really get to see much actual gameplay loop stuff. Like, what happens when we go accept a quest and then we want to go out into the world? What does all of that look like? That's what I'm anticipating in the new year, and that's what I'm hoping for. Let me know what you guys think down below of Gray Zone Warfare. Even though we don't have a lot of information about the core gameplay loop, this is definitely a game that is on my radar, and seeing that it's coming out potentially within the next 3 months, all of this really excites me, and it shows me that they're going a little bit deeper in their thinking about creating a full experience and not just another shitty early access title. At least I can hope. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below. And while you're there, leave a like on the video and subscribe for everything Gray Zone Warfare. I am keeping a very close eye on this title because I feel like this is right up my community's alley. And once this game releases, we will be jumping in just like we did with the day before and every other early access title on this channel. You guys will get my raw, unfiltered thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great Christmas if I don't end up talking to you again. And I'll see you on the next one.